Hey guys, so it is time for some sevens this weekend. The circuit is going to Hamilton in New Zealand, and it is the first tournament in 2024 sevens. So we are quite excited, and it's kind of like the first big rugby to expect in the Southern Hemisphere so far this year. Even though it is a world tournament for the Southern Hemisphere people, we are getting excited, especially with the Super Rugby around the corner. This is kind of just us getting ready for this year's rugby. It's the first time ever that there's an international women's tournament or women's sevens tournament playing a part of their series in New Zealand, so it is quite a historical event as well. But I'll be focusing more on the men's tournament so far. Looking at the standings for them, you have New Zealand and South Africa tied at the top at the moment. After New Zealand won in Cape Town, the last one, and South Africa won the first weekend in Dubai. So New Zealand are kind of the favourites going into this one, having come off a high, winning the Cape Town Sevens and now being at home. Then in third place we have France, fourth place Argentina, fifth it is England, sixth it is Fiji. What a surprise there, haven't been doing well this season so far. Then seventh it is Samoa, that's a surprise, they're overachieving. Australia in eighth, and then ninth it's USA. It's really a team that needs to sharpen up. They are a team that you expect to do a lot better than they are. And then I'm just going to leave you to see the rest of the standings for yourself. Remember, this weekend there are no quarterfinals. Actually, it's been removed. I'm not a big fan of it, but yeah, it's been removed. So the winner of each pool is going straight through to the semi-finals, and yeah, it's gonna make things a bit more interesting. There's no time for slip-ups anymore. There's no way to get into the finals if you lose a game basically in the group stages anymore. So I don't like it too much, but basically it is to accommodate for the women's tournament so that both the men's and the women's tournament can fit into 2 days. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't kick them in the butt. Hopefully it does work in the end for World Sevens, because you don't want to mess up a good tournament. Let's get to the pools though. In Pool A we have New Zealand coming off a high, like I said, in Cape Town, and they are in front of their home fans, so they will be favourites to win this pool. Scotland as well, not been so great so far for them. They've won 2 out of 8 games in the circuit, but one of them was against England. I still remember it. It was a late winner by an English-born player actually for Scotland, so that was an amazing one for them. The USA, they are kind of finding themselves in the middle of nowhere in the overall standing, so they know they can do much better. So this year is a new leaf for them, and they will want to kind of get themselves off that place where they are now and just show what they can do. Their record so far, 4 out of 8 for them, so 50% winning ratio, so not that good. But the losses they've had hasn't been against small teams. They've lost to Australia, New Zealand, Fiji and South Africa. So they're still up there if you look at the teams that they have lost to. The fourth team in this pool is Wales, and they are second last in the overall standings, and they haven't been playing well either. They've only basically beaten Japan so far, and it might be a long weekend for them. I think the rankings will probably be New Zealand at the top of the pool, then USA, Scotland and Wales at the end of the day. Getting to Pool B, like I said, South Africa, they are at the top, joined with New Zealand at the top of the overall world standings, but it's a bit of a new look team at the moment, with Gans coming in as the new captain. Stedman Gans going to be the captain of the side, with Soizwapi still being out injured. And a lot of the guys actually left the team now, going back to their 15-man squads for the Super Rugby. Guys like Senatla and Ruan Nel for the Stormers, and then Sage and Speckman for the Bulls. So it's a bit of a new look team, a bit of changes that you can expect. But with the Blitzbox, they've proven that even their backup guys and the backups to their backups are still at a very good level, and they can still perform. Doesn't matter who actually pitches up, they have the right mentality for it. And they've only lost 1 game so far, and that was actually against the New Zealanders over in Cape Town in that final. That was an unfortunate one for me. I was actually there live. If you want to check out that one, I actually recorded the whole day that I was there the whole Cape Town Sevens live, all that stuff. I have a link up here if you want to check out that stuff. The other teams in the group though, Kenya, they are now 11th in the standings. So it's been a mixed season for them though. They've had 3 wins, 1 draw and 4 losses. And with Kenya, they're always at their best when they play against South Africa. So you could always get a upset when they are facing against the Blitzboks in their pool. So let's see how that turns out. Then it is England. The team got bronze in Dubai, but in Cape Town they fell to shreds. They lost to Scotland, then to France and to USA, and just basically had a nightmare of a weekend. But they will want to prove what they can actually do. They are a lot better than they did pitch up on that day. Japan also rounds out the pool with, they are basically the invitational side of the competition this year. Their attacking is very good. If you see how they run with the ball and their moves and everything, they are lethal on attack, but their defense sometimes is questionable. So for me, my prediction at the end of the day for this pool will be South Africa at the top, then it's England, then it's Kenya, and then Japan. Pool C features France, who has won 7 of their 10 games so far in the 7th circuit. And they are 3rd in the standings at the moment. That's a brilliant place for them. They got bronze in Cape Town, and they're playing magnificent 7s at the moment. And looking at the rest of the group, I don't think they should slip up so far. With Ireland being in 10th spot in the standings as well, they've been good at times, but at other times they still look like a new side to 7s. They've won 3, have 1 draw and 4 losses. So you can see why I say they still look new sometimes. But they have beaten some good teams. They've beaten Australia so far. That was a big victory for them. You could see it by the celebrations. And they've beaten Samoa, who's been a surprise package so far. So the Irish can surprise if you look at the victories they've had so far. Then it's Canada, who's in 12th at the moment in the standings. They've only won 3 out of 8 of their last games, so it has not been a great circuit so far for the Canadians. But with 2 wins over Wales so far and 1 over Australia, you know they have the hope. They have hope that they can actually beat big teams and stronger teams. So hopefully they can do it. But you can see they are struggling at the moment. Spain rounding out the group in 14th place on the standings at the moment, and they'll just want to improve on what they did in Cape Town and just get a single win, and they'll be happy because they didn't get anything in Cape Town. So looking at Pool C, I think it's probably going to be France, then Ireland, then Canada, and then Spain in the overall rankings. Pool D, Fiji, they're probably the biggest underachieving nation at the moment in 7s, ranked in 6th place in the overall standings, and they'll want to improve on what they've been doing. You know, with them you always get flair and some good plays, but they're not getting the wins under their belt as you want with Fiji, and you just don't want to see Fiji lose. I don't want to see them lose. I mean, they're the best in 7s. It's not something you want to see. Argentina is next in the group, and they are ranked 4th in the standings at the moment. So they're actually ranked higher than Fiji. So they're doing quite good at the moment in 7s. They've scored great tries, and you can just see they have that flair, that Argentinian flair with the game. And you would want more from them though, because they've only won 4 out of their last 8 games. So you would want more from the Argentinians. Then the Australians, they've also been in impressive form. Even though they're ranked 8th, I think that they can still do some damage to some big teams. Then it is Samoa in 7th place, and they are overachieving at the moment. They aren't doing what they're supposed to do. They are playing really good 7s, so I like seeing them play. At the end of the day, I think the rankings for this pool will be Fiji, Argentina, Australia, then Samoa. But it is definitely the pool of death. Anything can happen in this pool. How the pools are going to work out now, it is basically Pool A's winner versus Pool D's winner. So we probably will see New Zealand versus Fiji, and South Africa versus France. And from there, I just see it at the moment how the things are going out. It's going to be New Zealand winning and South Africa winning, and we'll have a South Africa versus New Zealand final once more. The final this time again, it is in New Zealand. I do think New Zealand will probably take it. But hey, I always hope for the best from the Blitzboks. So let's hope for that. But hey, leave your predictions for this weekend down in the comments below, and if you do play Superbru, check out my Superbru pools for the 7s and the Super Rugby down below, and then check out any of these other videos popping up next to me. Cheers.